Good morning. Today class we are going to bacteria. The study of bacteria is known as bacteriology. So bacteria are generally microscopic, unicellular, prokaryotic organisms. Next one here, he create for observation and description of bacteria goes to Anthony van Leeuwenhoek. So Anthony van Leeuwenhoek is also considered as a father of microbiology. Next one, so who is called the term of bacteria? So Ehrenberg coined the term of bacteria. Ehrenberg in the year 1829, Ehrenberg coined the term of bacteria. And then after, in the year 1850s, Louis Pasteur, which show that the bacteria are chemical practice is capable of extensive nature, is capable of beginning of the significant and extensive change in nature. He did extensive research work and then after goes to father of bacteria. So he is father of bacteriology, Louis Pasteur. And in the year 1870s, Robert Koch. So Robert Koch experiments is establishment. They are linked to infectious disease. That is called the germ theory of disease. Okay, here in generally bacteria and microbes are omnipresent or ubiquitous. By means omnipresent, present everywhere. They occur in air, water, soil, on or inside living organisms. And they also occur in variety of food materials. They can withstand extreme cold, heat, drought conditions. And they can met within unexpected media like Arctic snow, volcanic ash, hot springs and also sulfur springs. So in generally all microorganisms and especially bacteria are omnipresent or ubiquitous. Omnipresent or ubiquitous means present everywhere. They occur in air, water, soil, on or inside living systems. That is omnipresent and ubiquitous. And also some bacteria are deadly parasites in plants, animals and human beings. Some bacteria are infected by plants, some bacteria are infected by human beings, some bacteria are infected by animals to be causing of some harmful diseases. Especially plants, citrus canker. Citrus canker is a disease caused by Xanthomonas citric. And typhoid disease is caused by Salmonella typhimurium. So these are the parasitic bacterial organisms. Some examples are here. And another one here, some bacteria make mutually beneficial symbiotic association. That example are here, Rhizobium bacteria. The best example are here, Rhizobium bacteria. The symbiotic bacteria are here, Rhizobium bacteria. Okay. So this Rhizobium bacteria to form root nodules for Leguminosae family members and to fix atmospheric nitrogen and also hence to be utilized biofertilizers. This is the importance of Rhizobium bacteria. Okay, now Rhizobium bacteria, so to form root nodules for the legume plants and then after to fix atmospheric nitrogen and hence are also used as biofertilizers. The symbiotic association best examples are here, Rhizobium bacteria. And now, so Escherichia coli or E. coli, Escherichia coli or E. coli is a common inhabitant of human intestine. Escherichia coli is a common inhabitant of human intestine. So here name the bacteria which is a common inhabitant of human intestine, that is also goes to Escherichia coli. Escherichia coli is common inhabitant of human intestines. Okay, here this is the introduction to bacteria. Who is father of bacteriology? That is Louis Pasteur. Who is father of microbiology? That is Anton Leeuwenhoek. Who is coined the term of bacteria? Ehrenberg. Robert Koch proposed the germ theory of diseases. And Louis Pasteur developed the technique of pasteurization and preparation of vaccines. So all microorganisms, especially bacteria, are omnipresent and ubiquitous or cosmopolitan. By means, all are similar words. By means, present everywhere. Rhizobium bacteria, so to form root nodules for the legumes, especially beans, and arachis, to fix atmospheric nitrogen, and also hence to be utilized biofertilizers. Farmer are utilized to be biofertilizer levels. And Escherichia coli is a common inhabitant of human intestine. It is used in biotechnology process. So nowadays to be produced insulin hormone. This insulin hormone is now called humulin. That is E. coli. Now next one we are going to morphology of bacteria. First we will discuss size. All microorganisms, especially bacteria, are very small organisms, only barely visible under the light microscope. So the size is the variance of different bacteria species. In generally, the bacteria size range in the 0.5 to 1.0 myom in breadth. Myom is micrometers. The length is 2.0 to 5.0 myom in length. That is size. So now we are going to shape of bacteria. So here bacteria are appeared in different shapes. So these shapes may be cocci, bacilli, spirillum, vibrio and filamentous. So first of all we will discuss cocci. So some bacteria are appeared spherical in shape. That is called cocci. Some bacteria are appeared spherical in shape. That is spherical shaped bacteria. So spherical shaped bacteria are known as cocci. This is a spherical shape of bacteria. Next one, bacilli, elongated rod-shaped bacteria. Elongated rod-shaped bacteria are known as bacilli or bacillus. Okay, now next we are going to spirillum. Spiral shaped or helical rod-shaped bacteria are known as spirillum. Next one, vibrio. Comma-shaped bacteria are known as vibrio. Okay, here. So some spirillum bacteria are appeared. Some spirillum bacteria are appeared spiral shape. Some spirillum bacteria are appeared filamentous like structures. That is called filamentous bacteria or thread bacteria. The best examples are here Begiota. Okay, here. And few bacteria are here. So the change keep in their shape depend upon the environment and also nutrient food material. That is called pleomorphic bacteria. A few bacteria that keep in change in their shape depend upon the environment and nutrient available. That is called pleomorphic bacteria. The best examples are here Estobacter. What are pleomorphic bacteria? a few bacteria that keep changing in their shape depend on the environment and the nutrient available. That is called pleomorphic bacteria. The best example here is Stobacter. In generally, those bacteria are here spherical, elongated, spiral, and comma shaped. But Stobacter sometimes to be appeared spherical shape, sometimes to be appeared elongated rod shape, sometimes to be appeared helical rod shape, sometimes to be appeared comma shape. Why? Because depend upon to the environment and the nutrient availability food material. That is called pleomorphic bacteria. The best examples are here Stobacter. The best examples are here Stobacter. So this is the shape of bacteria. Okay, here and bacteria are generally individually or groups. Generally are here spirillum bacteria. So bacteria are generally individually or in groups. Spirillum bacteria are occurs always individually. Remaining cocci bacteria, bacilli bacteria, all are groups. All are groups. So here the arrangement of bacteria are always adherence of together of cell after cell division. By means the arrangement of cells is more complex. Cocci is than the bacilli. So here based on the arrangement of adhering cells, so these coccal forms and bacilli forms are many types. Okay, here coccal forms, cocci or coccal forms are here. So coccal forms are here monococcus, diplococcus, tetracoccus, and also streptococcus, and also staphylococcus, and also sarcina. These are the coccal forms. These are the coccal forms. In generally, cocci or coccus. Cocci or coccus. Cocci or coccus means spherical shaped bacteria are known as cocci or coccus. And again, the cocci are of several types. They are namely, first one here monococcus, second one here diplococcus, third one here tetracoccus, fourth one here streptococcus, fifth one here staphylococcus, sixth one here sarcina, sixth one here sarcina. So here to be observed coccal forms, to be observed coccal forms. So here monococcus. This is a monococcus. This is a monococcus. Why? Because a single monococcus, a single spherical shaped bacteria are known as monococcus. Monococcus. That is monococcus. Okay, here a single spherical bacteria, are known as monococcus. A pair of spherical bacteria, are known as diplococcus. Okay, here diplococcus. So these two are coccal forms. First coccal forms are here. A single spherical shaped bacteria is known as monococcus. A pair of spherical bacteria are known as diplococcus. A group of spherical bacteria. This is a group of spherical bacteria. That is 4 spherical bacteria. 4 spherical bacteria are arranged in one group. 4 spherical bacteria are arranged in one group. That is known as tetracoccus. That is known as tetracoccus. Okay, here a group of 4 spherical cells are known as tetracoccus. Next one here streptococcus. So a linear chain of spherical cells are arranged, one chain system. A linear chain of spherical cells are arranged, one long chain. That is known as streptococcus. Okay, here that is known as streptococcus. A linear chain of spherical cells arranged in a single row, one line. That is called streptococcus. Next one here staphylococcus. Staphylococcus means, so Sarcina. Last one is a Sarcina. So cubes of 8. So spherical cells are arranged in cubes of 8. Cubes of 8. That is called Sarcina. That is called Sarcina. These are the cocal forms. These are the cocal forms. Okay, here.